Good day to you, lovely people. We are kicking things off down in the shed, as usual, but this time it's cold. It's so cold. You're listening to the greatest podcast in all of Shrewsbury. It's called the Talking Shrimp Podcast. I'm your co-host, Joel May, and I'm joined here in the studio with...
your fellow co-host, Mitchell Lewin.
Back of the net.
Oh, love it.
Yep.
Oh,
And it's fucking cold down here.
It's January. It's snowing currently, but
Snow is falling.
we're here to
All
talk about
around me.
more...
Mitchell's talking.
What's that?
He's having fun.
Wow.
Sorry.
We got to really lower the tone here, by the way, for this podcast.
We have, actually.
You've come in very hot, very ready, and now I'm going to tell you a story about someone's death.
It's weird. I hear that a lot.
What's that?
Nothing. Continue.
I lower your tone.
No. You
No?
can't lower me much more than I already am.
That's a height joke.
All
for people who
5
don't
foot.
know
I'm
Joel.
going to say 5'8" of us today. Possibly 5'9". I'm wearing a bit of stocky
You got a bit of soul.
shoes, you know?
Yeah, I've
Bit
just
of
taken
soul.
my shoes off, so we're in for a good
I'm
time.
a soul man. Yeah, you've got bright orange ones, which don't match the mood of this podcast at all.
Yeah, my bright yellow Crocs. All right.
He's got his dogs out. Right, anyway, we're going straight into this, Mitchell. How would you like to begin?
I'm going to tell you a story. This is sort of a... I don't know. It's
Mystery?
Like... What's that?
Mystery?
No, it's not a
Crime.
mystery. It's more of a story. A crime.
Detective?
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of already
Ghosts.
happened, so... Not ghosts.
Spooky?
We'll do ghosts another time.
Funny?
Not fun. Definitely
Yet
not
subtle?
funny. Definitely
Love
not.
triangle?
Definitely not. I'm going to start reading. You
Rom-com?
see if any of them themes
Pop up.
fall into what it is.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Right. In January 1975, the quiet village of Whittle in Shropshire was the last place anyone would expect to become the centre of a national manhunt. Good Lord. 17-year-old Lesley Whittle lived there with her mother.
Not Lesley.
Young
Leslie.
Right, okay, all right. You got to remember, these are real people, so...
I know. I'm
okay.
reacting as if to heighten the mood.
Okay, fair enough. This is your first time hearing this, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Not Leslie.
Okay. 17-year-old Lesley lived there with her mother in a comfortable home set back from the road. She was intelligent, shy, and known mostly within her local community. But outside those familiar faces, the Whittle name was famous for something else entirely. Money.
Only a little bit of it, though.
A whittle bit of it, nice. After her father died in 1972, Lesley had inherited a substantial sum. Newspapers reported it, and her name became attached to a fortune she had never asked for.
Ooh.
That attention would end up putting her directly in the path of a man who watched, waited, and planned.
Oh, dun dun
That is
dun! That was the
the
prologue.
feeler into this. So,
What's my thoughts?
yeah, well, no, I'll do a bit more. There's not really a lot to go off on there.
Oh, well,
The reason we're doing this story is
Yeah.
because
it's scary.
as of the anniversary, on the night of the 14th of January, 1975, and what's the date today, Joel?
Date of recording, I
No,
believe.
no, not the date of recording.
It is...
The 14th of January.
It's definitely the 14th of January.
26. You can do the math of
Yep.
what anniversary that is. Is that 41 years?
Probably.
51 years?
Yep, that's right.
No, 41 years.
No,
I can't do
definitely
math.
41.
41, yeah?
Could be.
There you go. There's your homework. Do the homework. On the night of the 14th of January, 1975, Lesley went to bed like any other night. The house was silent and the village asleep, but somebody else was awake. A man had cut the telephone wires, crept through the garage, and slipped silently into the house and made his way into Lesley's bedroom.
Oh, that's a bit creepy. That one.
She never stood a chance.
What? What happened to her?
In the morning, the house looked untouched. No signs of struggle, no footprints, no broken glass. Her bed covers were still neatly tucked down. It was as if she'd simply vanished. But downstairs on the table in the lounge lay the first clue.
A note.
A ransom note.
Oh.
Good guess.
How much money do they want? What one are we talking?
Here we go.
Okay.
It wasn't handwritten. The words had been produced using red plastic Dymo tape. Each letter punched out individually. The note demanded £50,000, a colossal sum for the 1970s, and warned in stark, cold language that no police involvement would be tolerated. The kidnapper promised that Lesley would be returned, but only if the family followed his instructions exactly.
Oh. He's thought this through. He's calculated.
Oh, I like it. There we go. I like that.
A good adjective.
Yeah. Imagine waking up to that. A quiet house, a missing daughter, and a note that read like something pulled out of a nightmare.
Interesting.
What stands out to you the most? This is me asking you a question, Joel.
Oh,
what stands out to you the most?
Oh.
The confidence of the intruder, or the idea that he must have watched the family long enough to know exactly when to strike in terms of...
I mean, if he's struck at night, I mean, I wouldn't say he's watched for a while. That's pretty much like what you do, isn't it, really? You'd go, well, I'm not going to go in at midday or interrupt their Christmas dinner.
You'd
I'm
wait
gonna
until...
go at night. Yeah. What I would personally do in this situation, though, Mitchell, is I'd go to her room and I'd try and find some evidence of her a struggle or something along the lines of
there is
that.
none. We know that. So
How do you know this?
Well, I'm going off what evidence there is.
But you don't know for definite. Though.
I don't know that for
there
definite.
could be
I
missing
wasn't
key
there,
things.
and it was... well, I can't do this.
As Daniel Craig would be saying right now.
50 years ago. 51 years ago.
There has been a murder around here.
I feel bad for laughing, but I mean, we've got to sort of make light of it.
It could be. That's what Daniel Craig would find stuff out. He would find like a tiny hair or something.
Yeah, he
and
would.
that's what I'd be looking for.
Yeah.
Something to go off. Because that note doesn't mean shit,
That's
does
what I mean.
Really?
There's got to be some sort of way that this person's entered.
Exactly.
There's not going to be
and
nothing.
exited too. And with her.
Yeah. And how, like, with no struggle from her?
Drugs.
Quite possibly.
With no struggle, I don't know. Maybe sometime. Or maybe there has been a murder.
No, the murder... Well, there was no murder at the house.
But there could be, as a continuance to this. We'll find out.
Yes, we will. Right. Despite the warnings, Lesley's family contacted the police immediately.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I know. That was my thought too. They were terrified and they knew they needed help. They also didn't know they were already dealing with someone who had thought about every detail long before he had even entered that house. Whilst frantic preparations were unfolding at the house, the Whittle family house, Lesley herself was being transported around 65 miles away to a place so bleak and remote it's hard to imagine. In Staffordshire, at a Bath Pool Park. That's a real place. You can still go there. Bath Pool Park.
That's a bit of a tongue twister.
There was an abandoned ventilation shaft connected to an old drainage system. The shaft dropped roughly 50 feet down into the darkness, and that's where Lesley was held.
How do you get someone down 50 feet?
That's what I mean. There's a lot of like movement of Lesley here without any sort of...
Well, yeah. Is there no witnesses to like someone with a van outside or something? Or
I've done a little bit of research on this place. It's just like I mean, I don't know where this ventilation shaft was. I couldn't find that. But this place in Staffordshire, this Bath Pool Park, is just like... It's like a not a nature reserve, but just like a big open... No. What am I trying to say?
It's just Greenland.
Yeah, like Telford Town Park, like
right,
that park.
okay.
It's like trees and paths. And
interesting.
like that sort of... I mean, I'm referencing one place with another place.
Yeah,
but
so he's
it's just like
immediately
paths
taken
with
this girl
greenery.
to this ventilation shaft that's 60-odd miles away.
Yes, 65 miles, yeah.
Interesting.
From Shropshire to Staffordshire.
So he's just going to keep her there until he gets money. But then what's he going to do with her?
Return her, I believe, is what the idea...
That never goes through my mind in any hostage situation that would happen.
What, you just presume the worst straight away?
Yeah. Because anything else is a bonus, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose. I suppose so, yeah.
In the nicest way. I mean, you know.
Well, I've got bad news for you.
There has been a murder.
Well, yes.
Oh.
She was forced onto a narrow concrete ledge, barely wide enough to sit or even lie on. A wire noose was looped around her neck and attached to a pipe overhead, limiting her movement to only a few inches. It was pitch black, cold, damp, and completely silent. She was left unclothed and terrified, a 17-year-old girl in a hole in the ground, completely dependent on the man who had put her there in the first place. It's disturbing to picture, but it's most importantly to understand the level of control and cruelty at play. This environment wasn't chosen by chance. It was chosen because it gave the kidnapper every advantage. Hearing that, what do you think the kidnapper's choice of a location says about him, and what kind of mindset does it take to design something like this? I'm asking that as a question.
God. What a shitbag.
I know. So,
yeah.
planned. So
Interesting.
I sort of know more than you do at this point. At this point, he's prepped what he's doing. He knows he's gone and got the person that he wanted. He's moved them to the location he wanted, and put this person in a such a horrible place.
But also in a situation like that is bad. Like he hasn't just held her.
No,
She could be hurt. She you know that's a bad.
yeah, it's not like a.
Sure, that doesn't make any sense. That goes against everything that he's just done.
What do you mean?
Like he could
everything
have just killed her in the house.
Well, he can't.
So why is he
demand
risking
ransom.
killing her before the ransom? Why what? I don't get that. That doesn't make sense. It's going against his own plan.
Yeah, I guess so.
We could just keep her. I don't understand why he's got to put a noose round her neck.
I suppose it's to stop her escaping.
She's down a 50-foot well.
Well, yeah, like a drainage shaft.
Exactly. What's she going to do down there?
Yeah, how has he got her down? To be fair, I don't know what
Exactly.
this drainage shaft even looks like. I've got no
true.
recollection of what it
50
is.
foot is a long
That's what I mean. Yeah.
tunnel. Like, yeah.
Back in Shropshire, the ransom process begun, and immediately it began to unravel. The kidnapper sent a series of instructions: use this phone box at this time, drive to this point and wait, leave money here. Do not divert from the instructions. But the messages were complicated, times conflicted, locations were vast, and each attempt to deliver the money was met with chaos. Poor coordination between the police forces, communication errors, and simple human confusion. Some officers were unfamiliar with the area, others misinterpreted orders. The technology of the time didn't help. This wasn't an era of instant communication or and GPSs. Every missed drop-off was a failure. Every delay meant more time that Lesley was trapped underneath alone. And this raises questions that people still discuss today. Who do you think bears more blame for these failed drop-offs? The police, who struggled to communicate, or the kidnapper, who seemed to thrive on the confusion and the control?
Well, we're saying kidnapper being singular also, aren't we?
Yes.
Well, I don't think this is as obvious as that.
You're unraveling... Right, okay, hold on. Maybe I should say...
Well, no, that's the only thing that, like, I'm presuming the police haven't looked at. They've
What, as
just
in, like,
gone...
it's-
They've gone, oh, there's a note. Yeah, we'll do that. And they haven't done it as best they could do. But why does that mean that there's only one person demanding all this? And would you even believe that this is the case and that's where she is anyway?
I suppose this is quite a good outlook for me, like, hearing you say
You
that.
have to call bullshit, don't you?
I guess.
'Cause, like you said, you
no,
can't-
not really call bullshit.
You have to call bullshit on this kidnapper. You have to
What?
call it to an extent. He's
What do
got
you
no
mean?
proof in the pudding apart from she's not in the house.
I'm pretty sure if someone went missing in the middle of the night and the next morning you woke up there was a ransom note, you kind of got to follow the instructions.
I would
that are being
now
given.
in 2026, yes, because there would be more likely be sort of a photo or sort of some sort of proof that had happened. You got to call some sort of bullshit. I'm not saying this hasn't happened, but the way that it is unraveling, like you're saying, it just seems like a shit show from everyone, you know.
That's yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is a
But
shit show from
including the
everyone.
kidnapper. I'm saying kidnapper being single, you know.
Yeah, I agreed, and that's where this story is still discussed massively to this day. Like, was the plan of the person, the kidnapper, always to end this with a murder, or just due to the lack of communication from the police force?
If you want to go off stats, whoever is kidnapped usually dies within the first day, is it? Or 3 hours, something like that?
Oh, it's funny. It's funny you should say.
Funny I said that. Yeah, exactly. See, I'm detective.
What we know now from the trial evidence and forensic findings is that Lesley likely died only a few days after she was taken, around the 17th, so 3 days after, which she was taken on the 14th.
Told you.
Whether she slipped from the ledge, whether she was pushed, or whether she simply weakened and fell, the outcome was the same. The wire tightened suddenly. The official cause of death was recorded as a
Asphyxiation.
a sudden stoppage of the heart triggered by a trauma and or shock.
Oh.
She had not been fed. Her body showed signs of starvation, despite later claims from the kidnapper that he had provided her with food and a magazine. No evidence of this was ever found. For nearly 2 months, her exact whereabouts remained unknown, and then on the 7th of March 1975, so we're talking, a year and... Oh wait, no, hold on.
A month.
Sorry, a couple months later.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. Investigators searching Bath Pool Park located the shaft. When police descended into the darkness, they found her body suspended by the wire. The scene was horrific. News broke across the country and outrage followed immediately, not only about the brutality of the crime, but at the question that lingered: could she have been saved?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
good,
I completely agree. She could have been saved.
Yeah.
It's interesting to look at.
Been.
Yeah, like that's the obvious one, I'd say. That is just yes to that answer. Could she have been saved? Yes. Going off the kidnapper, though, that doesn't make any sense to any of it.
What do you mean? Why does it make no sense?
What does he actually want out of it?
Well, money, I presume.
Does he?
Well,
Why would he put her in?
know.
Why would he put her in a situation where
she could die?
She could die because without her, yeah, he might get the money, but he also might not. It's a big risk.
I suppose, but at the end of the day,
it is a big risk.
Going off what I know from this, he doesn't mind if she dies because he just wants the money.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, he's gone into the middle of a situation where usually someone will kidnap someone and kill them pretty early on, within a day or so, whatever, and then still go off with the story, whatever, lie, whatever, or keep them alive and do everything you would do to keep them alive to then eventually give them back and then give them money. He's gone in the middle. He's kept her alive so long, but by putting her, if he has given her food and all this stuff, he's done that. But then he's also lessened his chance of getting to the end game by putting her in a life-death situation.
Yeah.
What the fuck's that about?
And the other thing is, going off that, what it just said was he apparently, allegedly, gave her food in a magazine.
That's what I mean. So he's gone for endgame.
She died 3 days of his capture anyway.
Exactly.
So he didn't provide that much food, and
Well, true, but like
he must have knew after 3 days that she wasn't alive. So surely at that point, did he bother coming back, or was he just?
Well,
did he even go back? Like,
do we know who this is, by the way, or not?
You're asking just the right questions.
Oh, here we go. It leads on.
You're doing this really well.
Yes, as if I haven't heard this before. Well, genuinely, I haven't, by the way.
And now, after telling the story as it unfolded, this is the moment to reveal the man behind it. His name was Donald Nielsen, though was better known by the nickname newspapers had already given him during an earlier string of violent crimes, the Black Panther. Nielsen was a former soldier and a meticulous planner, a career of crime who had escalated dramatically from burglaries to armed robberies and then to murder. Before he even targeted the Whittle family, he had already killed 3 people during the post office raids. He had a notebook filled with surveillance notes, tools and disguises, and carefully mapped out plans of potential targets. He was disciplined, cold, and emotionally detached. His arrest in December 1975 came almost by chance, a routine police stop after suspicious behaviour. But once arrested, the evidence piled up quickly. The Dymo tape, the wire, the maps, and the surveillance details matched the Whittle house. Eventually, Nielsen confessed to kidnapping Lesley, though he insisted her death was an accident, but the court did not agree. In July 1976, he was found guilty of her kidnapping and murder and received a full life sentence, never left prison again. He died there in 2011, and yet, decades later, one question still lingers in discussion about this case. Do you think Lesley's death was inevitable from the moment she was taken, or do you believe that he had dropped her off, gone directly... Sorry. Do you believe that he had the drop-offs had gone wrong, and there might have been a chance to have saved her if they hadn't?
Where would you like me to start?
I don't know. Speak your mind.
Okay, here we go. Right. Number 1, Lesley Whittle was fucking murdered.
Oh, nice.
Thank you for that. Hot Fuzz just...
Yeah, she was.
On that. She was. I'm going to say she was, because why would he have put her in a life-death situation?
Yeah.
That is a life-death situation. She could have died at any time. And she only died because he let her die, type thing. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, sorry, I'm not sort of changing the subject, but I am. But the thing I don't get is how he'd gone this long without being caught, and then all of a sudden he's just caught on a random whim.
I think that's what half the things happen. Like it's just pure. Like, I've got to say though, imagine if he wasn't.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
you've got to be pointing questions at detectives and people out saying like, "What you doing?"
Yeah, and just on a random.
I'm interested to see why the drop-offs and stuff like that. Like
didn't
what
happen.
Yeah, and how they fucked up that bad.
I have missed out quite a bit here. I'm going to be paraphrasing here because I haven't got this noted down. But when I read this story, this person also one of the drop-off points was at Dudley Zoo, I believe.
Right.
And
a monkey stole it.
No.
Sorry.
No, it's less. It's not as funny as that.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh.
It's pretty bad actually. On when the person who was doing the dropping, when the person was there to, I don't know how I'm trying to describe this. Whatever the bloke's name was.
Oh, Donald or whatever.
Donald, yes. He killed one of the security guards at Dudley Zoo as he was attempting to do something at Dudley Zoo that was part of this case.
Right, okay.
Allegedly. I haven't included that in the story. It was one of the points of the drop-offs. There was a lot of drop-offs that went wrong, but that was one of them that's because he killed someone as well.
I guess there is more to the case, but
there's a lot more to the case. I'm just
preventable.
paraphrasing it.
I mean, if you're going off that, and you're going off the truth behind, like, she's died 3 days prior to her abduction.
After her abduction, not prior.
After. So she's been kidnapped, and 3 days after that, she dies. So there's 72-hour window.
Yeah.
There's 72 hours that you've got to work with. Like, I know you wouldn't know of, but surely, I don't know. It just seems just stupid that let's just do what the note says. To a degree.
That's what
I know it doesn't. I know that's the obvious. That is like what's in front of you saying we've got to do this to get her back.
Exactly. What can you go
off? Why the fuck would you? And then as well,
what else is there to go off?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Surely there's more to this case. Like, surely there's, I don't know, some sort of evidence of her taking him, some sort of eyewitness account, some sort of surveillance. I don't know, something else to it that I feel
don't
like
think there would have been surveillance, as to say, at that time. It was the
the
mid-70s.
Never know. CCTV. I don't know where they live. I don't know. I'm just putting stuff out where
I don't
like
know how frequent CCTV would have been a thing in that day and age. To be honest, I don't think it would have been a common thing. Personally, I don't know.
I'm putting my finger to say I think people could have done more. Definitely.
I think people definitely could have done more. I think that's what the issue is here.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, what the question at the end of all this is, and what's still discussed in this day and age is, the police errors could have potentially saved her.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what they're saying. Is it the police's fault? Is it partly the police's fault for not doing what they should have done better, in quotation marks?
Possibly.
Or is it the killer's fault because at the end of the day, he's making demands that are completely outlandish? They were cryptic, not very well, like,
for everything.
He was so well planned out
and
meticulous about everything he's done.
That's what I mean. It's very contradictory.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The one thing I don't actually have the answer to this after all of this is I don't know if he ever got the money. I presume not.
I presume not too. But then, okay, the question that I've got is why put the noose around her neck?
Because she probably would have. I presume there would have been a way that she could have escaped. That's the only thing I can presume.
Yeah, possibly, but I just don't understand that.
What do you mean? Why don't you understand it? Because there's the risk of her dying.
She's either killed straight away, like I said, or you prolong, like you look after her enough to give her back. You have one intention or another, whereas he's in the middle. He's almost like toying with her.
How do we know he didn't plan on her just dying? Which is what happens. 3 days later she's died. What's to say he didn't just put her there and leave her and never came back?
Okay, well, he's either very planned and all this stuff, and that was just unlucky, or he's very not planned and it's a load of bullshit.
What I think is he's put her there with no intention of ever giving her back. He was going to take the money and run and just leave her there. He maybe would have sent a note afterwards saying she's at this location, but I presume because he never got the money, that information was never given.
Yeah, I get that. I'm interested to see how they found her.
Yeah,
I'd be interested into that.
Like
a month of whatever.
So it was from the 14th of January to what did I say, March?
Yeah,
where she was never located. Like, what are you doing at that point as like her mother? Like her father passed 3 years prior, or whatever it was.
The
mother's left by herself.
Yeah.
Her daughter's now gone missing. What do you do? What can you do? That's probably why she went to the police, to be honest. Like, let's be honest.
Oh, yeah.
You probably would go to the police.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, obviously, the hindsight and everything, and looking at it now from a different point of view, and with, like, phones and everything that we have, I agree. But I don't know. I'm just I don't know. Maybe I've watched too many things and got too many things in my head, but my head would be like, I wouldn't believe anything on that note. Like, you wouldn't want to think, oh, she's already dead or not, but my brain would be like, yeah, obviously we've got to find her, but like in the correct way. We can't mess anything up. We've got to do things correctly here, which obviously they didn't, which led to potentially her death.
I think that's what it all just comes down to.
Just poor girl, isn't it? That's fucking horrible.
Yeah. And a horrible man who's
utter wanker.
Yeah, well, he did I say he died? I was on here to say.
I don't know, but he's definitely going down south, isn't he?
Presumptuously.
Oh, 100%.
If you believe in heaven and hell,
mate, utter tosser. He's going to be down there doing the devil's dirty work. Bastard.
Thank you for listening. We've tried to make this as respectful as possible.
Yeah, I will. Fuck you, whatever the fuck Donald's called. Yeah.
Really weird way to have said that.
Fuck you, Donald. I'm serious, mate.
He's dead. He's dead.
Wanker.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Thank you for listening.
Wanker.
If you like this and you'd like us to do something
Not
similar,
funny, mate. What are you laughing at me for? I'm being serious. Tosser. How could you do such a thing?
Yeah,
it's fucking horrible. That is.
There we go. If you'd like us to do something similar again, let us know. If there's a case or even a solved case or unsolved case that you'd like us to digress, I guess.
Nope, solve.
We'll
do it, mate.
We'll try and solve. And let us know. We'll look into it, do some research, and we'll go from there.
Yep. That's bang on the money, mate. We will help you out.
Back to normal schedule next week where we talk about silly things.
Yeah, fair dues. I like that. Thank you for listening.
Right, goodbye.
Goodbye.